Hey guys, my name is Nikki, aka The Dragon Queen, and today I'm going to do a book haul with the 9 books I have bought so far this month. I'm doing it today on the 18th, so I don't buy any more books this month. Let's see how well that works. So, the first book I bought was The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This book is part of a book club that I'm participating in. It is on the app Book Amino. I haven't read this book. I've heard amazing things about it though, so I've been really wanting to read it. I bought it on Kindle to save some money. It was only a couple of dollars, maybe $4 maybe. It wasn't that bad. So that was the first book, and originally that was the only book I was planning on buying. However, then I went to the bookstore, and we all know how that goes. So I went to the bookstore for one reason. I went to buy Eldest. This is book 2 of the series by Christopher Poloni. I just finished reading Eragon. 100 pages in, I was really enjoying it. I decided, you know what, I'm going to go buy this book because I am enjoying it and I want to read it. So I bought this book. In the process of buying this book, I was looking around. While I was looking around, I saw this pretty book, Zodiac, by Romania Russell, and I literally bought this for the cover. The back is, in a galaxy where your sign determines which planet you call home, Ro, the young guardian of Cancer, must find a way to unite the divided houses of the Zodiac before an ancient evil destroys them all. So I looked at it because of the cover, and then I read the back and I was like, that actually sounds really good. And then I tried to imagine what a world full of Capricorns, aka me, would be like, and it was pretty terrifying. It would just be a bunch of people who are too stubborn to disagree, but we would be very productive. Yeah. So, of course, while I was there, I decided I was going to just keep looking, and I can't not look through the sci-fi section, and I bought me a supernatural book. It's Cold Fire by John Passarella. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what the story. I know what Supernatural is about, but I don't know what this particular book is about. I've been wanting to read a supernatural book. I like the show a lot, and I really wanted to see what it would be like to read this book. I don't think it's going to be based off of the show, but we'll see. Not like based off the show, but like an exact duplicate of the show. My friend thought they were the books that are in the show, but that wouldn't make sense to me, so I wanted to find out. The last book I bought while there was because of BookTube. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, Book 1 by Rick Riordan. BookTube is going crazy about this book. Evidently, this is from... Is it from our childhood? Nope. Okay, so it's from my teenage years. It's from a lot of booktubers' childhood. I'm 28, so it was written the year before I graduated. And the book has had amazing reviews online, and BookTube is all over it, so I've been wanting to pick it up and see what all the craziness is about. I'm sure I'll love it. I'm sure it'll be a fast read, since it's children's fiction, but I wanted to check it out. So then, yeah, I would think I would be done, but no. So then I decided that I was going to participate in a BookTube book club, because why not? And I saw 2 people who I'm following state that they were participating. I don't remember their names off the top of my head. I will put it somewhere here, or I'll just put it down below when I find it. And they are starting a book club that is not doing young adult books, which I thought would be interesting because I do like other books, other genres. So the first book, each of them picked their own book. The first book is The Shadow of the Wind, a novel by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. based off what I could tell, or what the booktuber was explaining, it's based off of a boy who picks up a book that he's supposed to protect, and he picks The Shadow of the Wind. And as he's going through, he's realizing that what is in the book, his favorite book that he decided to protect, is becoming his life. So this one sounded really interesting and fantasy based. Now, this other book is, I know nothing about it when I picked it up. I picked it up because the other person was reading it, and that's Eating Animals by Jonathan Safran Foer. And this is a nonfiction book. It's okay, so I'm assuming it's about vegetarianism and carnivorism and all of those two things, and it would be an interesting read. I love animals. I also love meat, so I don't know. I've fought back and forth with myself about vegetarianism, but it tastes really good, so I haven't been able to turn it away. But I'll read it. Hopefully I'll read it it's due before the end of June, since it's just starting and they started in the middle of May. So if I finish it by then, I will let you know what I think about it. I think it'll be interesting to read a nonfiction book. I have a couple of nonfiction books that I like, and I have a lot of audiobooks that are nonfiction that I really enjoy, especially biographies of actors that I like Felicia Day. I read I Am Malala, which was really good. I have some science ones. I love books about psychology. This isn't one that I bought, or that I'm doing a haul on, but Lucifer Effect is about psychology, and I've been wanting to read it. It's about understanding why good people turn bad, and I love getting into that kind of thing, and why people tick, why people do things the way they do, and what makes them become who they are. And I always love reading about that, and I love reading it in fiction, but I also love reading the scientific portions behind it to understand deeper down inside what's going on. I probably should have taken a science in school instead of health administration, but whatever. So anyway, so then later that week, the same week, ironically, my best friend and I were talking, and she's like, oh, I need to go to the bookstore so I can pre-order. She wanted to pre-order the Harry Potter book that's coming out. And of course I was like, well, I'm going to go with you. And I picked up 2 more books. And the first book I picked up was Splintered. Again, I've kept looking at this book. It's by A.G. Howard. I kept looking at this book every time I go to the bookstore, and it looked really interesting. I love the fact that it's an Alice in Wonderland remake. What ultimately made me pick it up, though, was watching BookTube. Somebody listed it as their favorite and recommended it, and then she gave a little bit of an explanation of it, and I was like, holy crap, I need to read that. The other one that she mentioned was Dorothy Must Die, and now I really want to read that one, but it's already on my bookshelf, so I didn't buy it. I did pick up another book, but I ended up putting it back. 2 books, actually. I picked up Book Thief, and I put it back because I thought I had it, but I don't, so I need to go buy it again. And but I'm going to hold off on that because I'm broke. And the other one, I don't remember the name of it, but it was a new book, a young adult book that was about what if Sleeping Beauty never woke up. So it's a different perspective of that Disney classic where Sleeping Beauty is kissed by her prince and wakes up and Maleficent dies. So instead, this one is where the Maleficent was a little bit smarter than them, and when the Prince Charming goes to kiss Sleeping Beauty, he also falls asleep. And instead, the princess has to save herself from her own dreams. So I eventually put that down because it was like $18, and I don't like buying hardcover books purely because of the cost. It's a little expensive for me, so if it's something I can wait for, I will. But then I saw this book, which I didn't buy originally because it was hardcover, but it's finally in paperback, and this is Christopher Moore's Secondhand Souls. Christopher Moore is hilarious, and I was suggested Christopher Moore by my friend Emily, who I did my buddy readathon with, and I have not looked back. She suggested Dirty Job because of a novel that I'm writing about death. And it's a humorous novel, and she's like, if you like that, then if you write like this, then you're going to love Christopher Moore's version of death. And she suggested Dirty Job, and it was hilarious. And as soon as I finished it, I picked up Fool, and I loved Fool as well, but I liked the audiobook more than I liked the paperback or the actual novel, because the novel is very difficult to understand because it's in English, or it's in Shakespearean English. So the audiobook was really really good, and you got to actually understand the I forget his name or Pocket, that was his name. You get to actually see Pocket's interactions and his personality come out, which was really nice. So a while ago, this book came out, Secondhand Souls. It came out, and it's book 2 of the Dirty Job series, and I really wanted to buy it, but I didn't want to get the hardcover version. So I waited, and when I saw that it was in paperback, I had to yank it up and grab it. And to save money, I put Book Thief back, but I also thought I owned it. But when I know I don't, I have to go buy it again next month, I guess. So those are all the books I bought. One book I also got that I didn't buy, but I used KDP, was The Necromancer's Dance, which is the book I read for my Buddyathon. Every other book that I've read this month I've already owned. Every other book I've owned. Recently I did buy, I guess I should show, I don't remember when, but recently I did buy all 5 books, the first 5 books of the Patricia Briggs series. I've read these 3. I still have to read these 2, but I don't remember when I read or bought them. They were before the last time I've done it. It was after I did a haul, but I can't remember the exact date, so I just decided to do a May one, and these ones I've all bought within the last 2 weeks. So what have you been reading? Currently I'm reading Etiquette and Espionage, which is hilarious, and I have book 1 and 2, which I already owned. I'm also eventually going to be reading Eldest, and I'll probably just do a TBR later. But yeah, so what have you been reading? What have you been up to? I've been on a reading craziness, so that's why I'm going on a book buying spree, because I've been reading like crazy, even though I have plenty of books back here to read. Let me know down below. Talk to you guys later.